I am getting a lot of nasty looks from people like that are driving along on my road. Welcome back to Road Reality. I'm John. That's my Road Glide. That's my shirt. You should go check out the merch shop down below. Lots of cool stuff there. But look, I've got a mode button over here. I've got the screen over there. I've got the tour pack over here. I mean, this thing has it all. It even has a big old fairing on the front that blocks most of the wind for you. It deflects the wind, it scallops the wind, it scoops it around the rider. So let's get on the bike and talk about, have motorcycles peaked? And since I'm wearing my stop and take the pic shirt, I only brought my phone, but we're gonna get a couple of pictures of the bike. We have this beautiful field over here and a car coming. I gotta get out of their way, come on through. Yep, playing on his phone. That looks nice. Oh yeah, the beauty side of the bike. We can get one here with the field in the background. Heck yeah, that's awesome. And then one sort of into the sun. Yep, good times. Where are my gloves? No glove, no love. There they are. And a tiny bit of housekeeping. It's been a couple 100 miles since the dealer replaced my brakes. And the bike is doing fantastic. In fact, it seems to ride better every time. So I guess the pads are bedding in. I don't know this technical stuff. I do know how to start the bike though. Let's go. Purrs like a kitten. And I think this drops me up by the liquor store, which is a place that I'd like to go today. But I was riding along and I was thinking, man, I've got traction control, I've got cornering ABS and cornering traction control, ABS of course, linked brakes, all the fancy crazy, whatchamacallit.
One stop for advertising?
Oh, yeah, you want to hit the wrong button. You gotta hit the right button. The tech is only as good as the person using it and the person who created it. In some cases they failed, you know, it still goes onto the black screen instead of the white background when I fire it up. Wow, what a view. This is neat. I haven't been on this road in a couple of years. Amazon's making a delivery. There's walnuts and stuff on the road, so we gotta be careful. But this is a nice little tree-lined road to avoid the heat. It's fall and it's 86 degrees. It's too warm. We got to get those 40-degree days. Do you like riding in the cold? Leave me a comment below. I like riding in the cold. But I've got all this stuff, and I've got the aforementioned ride. Whoa, that's a big limb, man. Whew. Got the aforementioned ride modes and all that stuff. I've got all the safety bells and whistles. Now, I realize a Harley is not on top of all the tech, right? Goldwings have they have airbags. And BMW has a ton of power and all the same tech, probably even more tech. They have adjustable windshields on some bikes. But at what point have we reached peak motorcycle? I mean, for a lot of my viewers, I think peak motorcycling ended with the knucklehead. Not this knucklehead, but the motor. Like the carbureted, you know, low power, high torque, no tech, you know, points and distributor style powertrain. I think that's where it went. Oh man, I forgot something. We're gonna have to fix that. Yes, we're gonna have to fix that right here. Man, you gotta love the farmland. Look at that. A field of soybeans. If you build it, they will come. I didn't build anything. There, that's more on brand for me. Let's go. So the point is, I know other bikes have more tech than my Harley Davidson here. It is a Harley Davidson. I totally get that, but where do we stop? Do all bags have to come with airbags and traction control and wheelie control and all that stuff? Because like the sport bike guys and the super motards and all those other kind of bikes, they all have like wheelie control and all sorts of crazy stuff, and you can dial everything down to the nth degree. And yeah, that must be good fun for the people that like that kind of riding. Now, I happen to really enjoy cruiser riding for the obvious reasons. Also, we need coffee. Coffee. Hey, my voice went down like 3 octaves, and then back up, and then down. Anyway, focus, John. Focus ahead. So we've got different types of bikes. Yes, they're going to need different kinds of tech. I get that, but for most of us, have we not reached peak tech? And this road might actually come out on the road that has the liquor store on it. No? I don't know. But what do we do next? Where do the bikes go next? That is what I want to know, because I had a 2019 Street Glide Special. I don't know which way to go. I think we'll go left. Yeah, we're gonna make a left. I think I made the correct decision. And yeah, I had the 2019 Street Glide, and it had nav, and it had some tech. It didn't have ride modes, and didn't have RDRS, which is Harley speak for the 6-axis Bosch IMU. Hey, get out of my way, I gotta go park. Whee! Here's the liquor store. All right, click. Screen stays on until you reach a stop, and then it turns off, and then boom, see? Tech. Is this thing recording? It is, wow. Well, apparently the Hero 13 stayed connected in the liquor store, but I got my bottle of go-go juice, put it right there. Hopefully it doesn't break. But I don't want this to be a whole conversation about tech. I've already asked that question, and depending on your point of view, there's either too much, not enough, or it's just right in my case. I'm the Goldilocks of tech on this bike. I don't really want an airbag, and I don't want adaptive cruise control on a bike. I don't know that I would trust it. I've had it on like 3 vehicles, and they were all 4-wheeled vehicles, and it was mostly good, but sometimes it would go haywire on you, and it would hit the brakes and you didn't want it to, and I don't want it to, like, while I'm going through this bend, think there's a car in front of me and hit the brakes real hard and like wreck me. That would be bad. We would not like to wreck, okay? We want to get home safely. That is job one every time I go out for a ride, which is one reason I like the tech that I have, because it does the best job of keeping me safe that a bike can, in my opinion, esteemed as it may be or not. But there's engine tech, right? You know, you've got the BMW K1600 putting out like 150 horses and 150 torques or something. The keyboard commandos will correct me in the comment section below. Thank you very much in advance. But you've got like the engine tech, and you can do so much with the engine. Does it make it more reliable? Maybe not. I mean, honestly, this V-twin should be very reliable. It is way old tech. My oil leak begs to differ. It hasn't come back in over 3,000 miles though, so I think the tech at my dealership fixed the problem that the production line caused. Maybe he's fixed the problem with the brakes that the production line caused as well, because that would be nice. I'd appreciate that. No more hiccups. Fingers crossed. I'm crossing everything these days. Now, one spot where Harley might be at a disadvantage is in the handling department. Was that the Department of Redundancy department? I guess I'm the CEO of that. Honestly, I enjoy how this bike handles, and it's got the stock suspenders on it, front and rear. I see no need to make it better. However, I do realize, because I'm a realist, that there is room for improvement. You can make it smoother. You can make it handle bumps better. You can make it do a lot of things. If I put the right shocks on it, it'll pogo down the road. Like this UPS truck. He was bouncing on something. There's a bump coming up right over there. I think he hit that and he porpoised a little bit. In F1, they call it porpoising. Yeah, but anyway, the bike does exactly what I expect it to when I give the handlebars a little shove. It goes to the right, it goes to the left. That was a pull, I get that, but it does the thing. It just goes down the road, and I have the cup holder on here. Did a review on it, that's up there. More coffee. Gotta keep the go-go juice going. I really hope that bottle in the tour pack's okay. Maybe I'll show you at the end of the video. But your major departments, look at all the leaves falling, have suspension, drivetrain, safety tech, infotainment. What else is there? Paint and body work. We all know the Goldwing is a plastic fantastic. Harley's still mostly metal. BMW, I think they're plastic as well. Kawasaki hasn't changed the Vaquero or Voyager in like, I don't know, since the Truman administration. That bike's been the same for like 15 years. It's kind of hilarious and sad, but it does make it a half-price alternative to a Road Glide. Yeah, you can buy a Road Glide or a Road Glide Limited if you buy a Vaquero or a Voyager from Kawasaki. You get ABS, you get linked brakes, you get a basic radio. I was gonna curse there, but I didn't. And that's about it. 2 big old fat tires. Bridgestones, if I remember correctly. That was a good bike. I missed my Vaquero. I do not, however, miss how it felt after I wrecked it, because I almost gave up motorcycling because I just couldn't feel comfortable on it. Now, 10 years later, or 7 years later, whatever it is, I'm out here on my road glide, got a fixed bearing again, loving life, loving my motorcycling life. It's good times. So as all the manufacturers put R&D into the next version, I was going to mention that the 2019 Street Glide that I had, the reason I didn't upgrade to a 20 or 21 or 22 or 23 was, besides RDRS, there was no really major change. Same engine and everything. And now we've got the 117, which puts out a little bit more power, and the ride modes, which are like RDRS version 2. And by the way, that gear indicator is upgraded. The older Rushmore Harleys would tell you what gear you were in when you release the clutch. But if I upshift, watch this, watch my screen. I'm gonna do this. It changed it. I haven't released the clutch. I have not released the clutch. And as I downshift, it changes with the gear shifting, not when I release the clutch ever so slowly. I do have a slipper clutch. Yep, me and I think Ducati. Ducati has a slipper clutch. And we're home, safe and sound. But I know some of you were gonna comment or have already commented about this big giant bug splatter deal. Look, that bug died before I started filming today, but I can't put the bike away without cleaning it up. So you get to sit down here, and I've got my Speed Shine Griot's Garage, hashtag not sponsored, and I gotta clean it off while we finish this video. Can we get self-cleaning windshields? That's something that motorcycles could use. Self-cleaning paint, man, that was a big bug. I gotta clean the whole fairing. But I wanna know from you, have we reached peak motorcycle? Like, what else could they add to make motorcycling either safer or more comfortable or just better in general? I'm really curious. And I have to clean the inside of the windshield because part of the bug went in there. Yeah, ugh, that was a big one. I thought for a minute that the big truck that had passed me right before, which obviously I wasn't filming, I thought the truck driver might have spit at me. But when I got off the bike and looked at it at the start of this video, I realized that he in fact had not. Yeah, it was just a big old bug, and I could see the guts, and I was like, all right, yeah, that's definitely just a bug. So we've got that clean, and looks like that's clean. Fairing's pretty clean. We got most of the bugs off of it. Let's get some more bugs off of it. Shine it up for the next ride. Do you do that? Leave a comment below if you shine up your bike after a ride for the next ride. Ah, good times. But we did get to stop and take the pic. We did get to talk about bike stuff. Gotta talk about bike stuff. Makes a lot of people happy, especially motorcyclists, to talk bike stuff. Can't forget the mirrors. I didn't have that problem on the Street Glide. And just in case you were wondering, the liquor bottle did make it home safely, so that's a good thing. And I almost forgot, we gotta show you the after of the windshield. Look at that, nice and shiny and clean. Yeah, that Griot's Garage does a good job of it. I will leave a link below to that, as usual. All the thousands of links to Amazon. And I want to thank you for your comments and your viewing today. I do appreciate your time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to boop the like button, maybe consider subscribing, maybe go check out this video next, but don't forget your 2 mantras. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day, and 2, do something nice for yourself every day. Maybe it's thinking about what bike you're gonna buy next. Bye.